This game will be made entirely out of your YouTube comments. Now then, just as a reminder, I will be making absolutely no profit off of this game. This game is free distribution every week, and I will not be claiming your characters or ideas as my own. I'm doing this solely because I love the idea of the community working together to a project. Submission rules are in the description, and I hope you guys really love it and enjoy. Alright, now to the video. This is a showcase style episode. If you guys like this method of episode better, just let me know. If you don't prefer it, just also let me know. Just leave it in the comment, and I hope you guys enjoy. So
it'll be a / tutorial as well. Hopefully we can go over how to play the game.
Yeah, we're also gonna try to be as clear as possibly can to make sure that everybody has a good time with it. Alright, so first I want to get started with the new menus. We don't have any of the, how should I explain, the skill tree type styled menus anymore. Those have been completely eradicated. I have replaced them entirely with this new scroll type menu. I'd also like to classify that at this exact moment, the blue menu is not completely functional and the red menu is. For the downloaded version that you're going to be getting, that version is going to have a fully functional blue menu and a fully functional red menu. At the same time, you also notice that there's a press start for player 3 and player 4, currently disabled. I want to make sure I get all the frameworks and mechanics in right before we add in the other two players, so that I can just copy paste and it's not too difficult. I don't have to keep constantly changing it. So I have graphical assets to go with all of the selections. We have equipment, skill tree, aesthetics, items, options, save, load. Save is still supported at this exact moment. Skill tree is not supported, and items are, for the most part, not supported. The potion is, we still have the only potion submitted by Yokos, and spawning blocks and items and enemies are currently unsupported, unfortunately. Going away from the menu, so shiny, you'll notice that above the character HP bar, there's like a blue bar. Spamming of weapons is gonna be a thing of the past. In previous patches, you had the ability to just spawn a crap ton of weapons, and that led to lag problems. And also, I wanted to promote a more skill-based game, so I'm getting rid of spamming, adding like a fire rate capacity, and this this mana to keep you from spamming too consistently. Kind of like a punish the spammers. Now I noticed that this will lower the DPS of the harpoons, but I'm also going to increase the power of all weapons to accommodate spam. Also, you'll notice that without entering the menu, I have access to both weapons at the same time. I think it's the up key on the keyboard or the Y button on the controllers, and you now have a weapon and a sub-weapon access to pretty much all the time. Also, at this exact moment, you'll notice on the screen that there are no comments for the user submitted items in this exact version of the game, which will not be available for the download in the description. The comments are disabled, but I will be adding them in for the download, and this version of the game will never be live ever. Comments are the most important part, and I want to make sure that they're always on the screen. The comments will appear on the bottom of the screen. If you hit the C key on the keyboard, you can activate and deactivate them, or on the controller, if you push in the right analog, that'll be able to activate and deactivate the comments.
Toggle the comments, yeah.
Just in case you don't like looking at them, which, why would you not prefer that? Comments are the most important part. I've also made them a bit dimmer. They're not as super bright, and given them their own custom border so that it looks like it's actually a part of the game. Or so I've tried. I do still want the actual screenshots to be in the game. I believe it adds a lot of character, and it's really about you guys. Moving on, I added emotes, and these are super simple for me to do, and very spammy. I think the spammy nature, yes, also the air horns, always the air horns. I think the spammy nature of the emotes is the best part about them.
And those will be on the D-pad.
Yeah, those are what you can assign to the D-pad buttons. They're, according to this version of the menu, it'll be under... I mean, it's not going to be in this patch, but it also doesn't need to be, because there are only 2 emotes in existence right now. And those are both assigned to the D-pad. But in the future, there will be an option under Aesthetics for emotes, and you'll be able to assign them to the D-pad depending on what you have selected. And if you ever want an emote in the game, just send me like an image so that I could do this. Send me a non-copyrighted image so that I could do the sprite work that'll appear inside of the bubble, and also send me a non-copyrighted sound effect, and I'll get your emotes in whichever you prefer. Alright, let's see what else do we have. Colors. This one's one of my favorites. I just love aesthetic garbage. You now have the ability, let me move over here. You now have the ability to change the color of your character at any moment. Right now I'm kind of a yellowish deal.
Ugh, yellow.
Yeah, it's not the best. You'll no longer be limited to the traditional red, blue, yellow, green. I thought that'd be something. Another thing moving into the aesthetics is the introduction of a new skin. I was like, whoa! Somebody actually wanted a new skin? Awesome. So I have this right here. It is Ghost Flower, and it was submitted by Svein.
Svein, yeah.
Svein. Awesome. I said it close to right. I hope it's right. And this character, he felt that the theme of the game was kind of ghost-like. The characters kind of do look like ghosts. But unlike the other skins, this skin actually has its own color. The other skins are kind of grayscale. It's kind of like a green, purplish. Unlike the other skins, it doesn't flip when it rotates. I think the best way to use this one is if you go to the equipment and you set your jump to like a floaty one, like gravity resistance or high gravity resistance.
What?
You have a really, it's very ghost-like, and I think it has a nice touch of character. Super spoopy, too spoopy for me, mate. And yeah, I thought it was awesome. Things like skins and emotes and other aesthetic stuff, they're much simpler for me to add to the game, other than like whole new weapon mechanics and stuff. That doesn't mean that I'm always going to prioritize stuff like aesthetics and skins first. I just thought this would be a good opportunity to showcase that any new skins can be made and added into the game at any moment. So if you guys ever have that in mind, just let me know. And I will be working exclusively next week on all of the weapon mechanic ideas that I have received in the last... Get off. Get away. I'll be working exclusively on all the weapon ideas that I got in the last few days. But the next patch will be entirely all of these new weapon ideas. I'll try to get them in looking as good as I possibly can. I got a shield idea submitted by Yokos. If I could just get into equipment. If I could just know how to play my own game. And this one's called Pushed Force. Now, the only way push force works is if you're standing still, and it generates this kind of greenish shield thing that expands outwards. As you can clearly see, it's completely and utterly negating any projectiles as long as I continue to stand still. Unfortunately, as soon as I start moving, the shield's size starts decreasing rapidly, and it becomes less effective. The reason why the shield's really big is because I wanted it to be a kind of teamwork item. I wanted it to be something that you would find on your tank, not so much something you'd find on your DPS. So that's why it's so big. It helps for everybody. Press N for double shot. Double shot is a skill tree item that can only be accessed by the skill tree. To obtain double shot, obviously for this patch, you can press N and you could sample what the new skill tree will be like. The double shot gives you, as it implies, an additional shot. As you're holding down the attack button, you shoot 2 shots instead of 1. And this synergizes with every single possible weapon that exists and every weapon that will exist in the future, so that nobody's left out. I definitely don't want to leave out anybody for these kind of updates. So I'm gonna just be, all the skill tree stuff is just going to be modifying the player character abilities. It will hardly ever be modifying submitted user content, moves or abilities. And that will pretty much conclude everything for this patch and some of the stuff from next patch. Alrighty, hope you guys enjoy. And sorry if this video came out too long.
And
Peace.
peace.